Hi, I haven't posted a lot of videos on the Pulsing Cinema YouTube channel here in a couple weeks because I've been working on my latest project, which is a podcast called LaserCast. LaserCast is a program devoted to everything LaserDisc, the history, the technology, everything LaserDisc. I've been wanting to do a LaserDisc podcast for many years. Many years. And what LaserCast grew out of was just a frustration because I didn't want to do LaserCast. I wanted somebody else to do the LaserDisc podcast. You do a search for LaserDisc podcast online, and nobody else is doing a show about this cool technology. LaserDisc is a cool technology. LaserDisc was the first optical disc multimedia format before CD-ROM, before DVD, Blu-ray, before everything. Everything. LaserDisc is the grandfather, is you have to start with laser. If you don't have lasers, you don't have any of these technologies, at least in the same way. LaserDisc paved the way for the way that we watch movies in modern home theater. And I would look for LaserDisc podcasts, and all the LaserDisc podcasts that I found were just people reviewing movies and like vaguely, oh, hey, this is a movie on LaserDisc. I mean, it was like, okay, that's fine. That's a way you can do it. But I mean, even my wife, when I mentioned I was doing a LaserDisc podcast, she's like, how many movies can you review? And I'm like, I'm not really going to review movies. I'm going to talk about the format itself, all of the weird, because there was so many different uses for LaserDisc. There were movies, but then there was also manuals, there were catalogs, there were games, there were video editors that were all built around the LaserDisc format. And so there's so many different nuances of the history of the different types, the facets of the format, and all of this stuff. So yeah, I want to do some movie shows. Right now I have 2 episodes up so far. One is on just kind of a general overview in the history of LaserDisc. A second one is an overview, a history of the Star Wars films on LaserDisc. So yeah, I want to do movies like Star Wars and the big stuff on LaserDisc, but it's going to be more of kind of like just kind of getting to the nuts and bolts of like how this format came together, and it really, I mean, I'm learning a lot. I'm going back, I'm researching, I'm remembering, I'm really kind of, picking my brain about what I can put in the show, because I've been into lasers since I was like 12 or 13, since the early 90s. I was really into it, and I had a couple different players. I still have the same lasers player that I had when I was like 15 or 16. I still have it. It still runs. It's a Pioneer CLD 504. It's a middle of the road. People are like, rah. So, but I love it. I mean, I think the video quality of the 504 is great, and I mean, I don't really feel a need to upgrade. So yeah, I mean, home theater podcasts, there's not a lot of home theater history podcasts, you know. It's a lot of like, oh, hey, let me just blab about a movie I just saw. That's number one. There's a couple of home theater podcasts which are more like, hey, you know, buy the newest audio blaster, $500 cable, surge protector, power supply. Oh, we got $10,000 speakers, and we review them. So this is really high-end audio file, video file type of stuff. And it's like, is anybody really talking about the history and the technology? And so I think there's a little niche there that there's so many interesting little things that happened with LaserDisc over the years, and I want to kind of go through them. So there it is, LaserCast, the history and technology of the LaserDisc format. Check it out, and I hope you enjoy it.
On behalf of the motion picture industry, welcome to the world of home video entertainment.